Hello, everybody. Welcome to Exile's One Portal. I am once again Mr. Coffee, joined as usual by El Casparo, Casper,
Casparo. I think I'm gonna name the character
Casparo,
that.
Casparo.
Casparo. That's a good alternative. I like that.
Hey, boom!
Casparo.
Look at that. We always help each other, finding our true names. No, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna make a folder on my desktop and call it Casparo.
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 So what was I know this is like super duper off topic. What was that jester's name from fucking Skyrim? The one that was in like the Dark Brotherhood.
Ooh, yeah, I don't remember that.
I can't remember his name. Hold up, I have to actually look this up, or else it's gonna bother me.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. That was way too specific.
Cicero.
Okay.
Cicero.
I do remember Cicero.
Okay. I don't know why. Casparo just kind of reminded me of the name Cicero, and then yeah. But going back to it, I don't know where you wanted to start. Are we talking about what happened last week or last recording or?
I didn't want to bring that up, but yeah, I fucked up again. I think that's
How was it? I don't know.
No, that wasn't
really.
okay.
It wasn't
okay.
a fuck up.
Yeah, that wasn't a fuck up. That was a unintended accident, which was due to unforeseen calculations on my part. So we recorded. So we were one episode ahead. We were recording. We were on a road basically, and by the road I mean like we were pulling a lot of episodes out, a lot of asses, and we were ahead of the curve as far as episodes, and we were trying to stick to 2 episodes a week. And
Right.
on it was Friday, right? Last Friday.
I think so.
Yeah. So last Friday, we was recording, and halfway through the recording, we was actually pushing a lot of content as well.
We were pushing at that point, right?
Yeah, we were pushing, and right at the height of us pushing, my I call it it's an APU, my APC, what's it stand for? I forgot. It's like a backup battery. I forgot what it stands for. It's like permanent battery. Blah blah blah
Is it
blah.
the one that's like on your memory, or not on your memory?
No. This is a It's like a generator essentially that you put next to your PC. Whenever your house is prone to electrical surges, you buy one of these suckers and you put it next to your PC. And what this does is that whenever you have a surge in your house, meaning that there's too much energy being drawn and it knocks down the fuses, it will keep your computer on for extended amount of time, allowing you time to actually shut it down manually.
Okay.
This helps when it comes to protect some of the internal guts of it, because a surge or a sudden lack of power into electronics will fry some of the capacitors inside a lot of the high-end GPUs and a few other things. So, I guess this is a perfect segue to your PC, but I'll finish what I'm saying is that. So essentially, what I had is that I have a APC. I feel like I'm butchering this. I don't think it's called APC. But anyway, I have one of these backup batteries, and at the time when I bought it, it was more than enough. It was like 700 watts for what I needed it for. I just needed the computer to stay on for an additional 5 to 10 minutes and for me to shut it down and move on, right?
From what I'm seeing, it is called an APC.
Okay, it's called APC?
Yeah, it's an APC that has it's like a something power capacitor.
Yeah. So anyway, boom, right? Perfect. And then I made some upgrades. Then I made some more upgrades. And then I forgot all about the APC completely. And then I've been pushing content for like a month and a half now, right? No problem. Now I have heard it cry a few times. So what heads up happens is that my computer's not drawing power directly from the outlet. is drawing power from this capacitor. But the problem is the capacitor has to charge at the same time as providing power. So what it does is that when during its downtime, whenever my PC is not doing much, it's charging. And whenever I'm doing stuff with it and it starts to pull power, it starts to decrease power. And whenever it screams, it's basically telling me that, hey, I ain't got no power to give. Now, I've heard it scream before, but I kind of looked over at it like, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You're not hurting.
It gets worse. I added a NAS to that same capacitor.
What the fuck is a NAS? You're like bringing up all these crazy ass terms.
Is a network array system, which is basically I hooked up 8 different hard drives with 8 terabytes each, total of like 100 terabytes together into a PC, and then connected that PC to that APC. So I connect basically essentially another PC to that.
That feels like overkill.
Well, I didn't think it was going to be a big deal because this is a very low power draw computer. This is not a computer that you're going to run off things off. This is more
right. Yeah, it's just
for pure storage.
Yeah,
so I get it. 100 watts is even way too much wattage for that 8 NAS, right? Very low wattage. So I figured, what's the big deal? Maybe nothing's gonna happen. No, not at all. When we was playing that day on that Friday, it was high. I was recording. I was doing things. I was pushing content. The APC basically said, "You know what? Fuck you. I'm not even gonna give you a warning." When it ran out of power, it just shut everything off, and it had a lot of things connected to it. That's when I realized, I was like, "What the fuck is going on? My computer wasn't turning on. Nothing was turning on," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And it was just yelling. The machine was just yelling. I'm like, "What the fuck?" It took me maybe a couple of hours to realize what the problem was. It was just like, oh. I needed to just literally walk away. Disconnect everything, just walk away. And then after like an hour or two, I heard it yelling again, basically telling me I'm at full power. So essentially the solution to it was just to be like, I gotta disconnect a few things. I have to kind of bring it back to what its parameters of its capabilities. So yeah, I do have to buy another one because it's like I just realized that
strong enough.
Yeah, it's not even strong enough to run my PC alone.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not. Like I grossly miscalculated the wattage of my PC. Like it's like 200 watts over.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So if you typically, because it has survived this long only because of its continual charging.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of just like lets me continue playing without it. But I think with everything else connected to it, it wasn't capable enough. So
and your PC probably drawing more power than it normally does.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's pretty much Path's fault, and that continuous burning.
I don't know. We can't blame Path, man. Come on. User error is user error.
Man, my GPU and my CPU fucking taps out. I don't think it taps out. That's the word term, but it breaks a sweat when I'm playing Path. It doesn't do it when I'm running high level shit though. Like if I pull up Dying Light 2 maximum on everything, Baldur's Gate 2, it's just like, we're cool. It's just that the projectiles, the processing, or whatever the fuck is happening in those maps that we do.
Yeah, there's just too much going on.
Yeah, so anyway.
To like run smoothly.
Nothing permanently broke though. Nothing permanently broke. It's just more like, I gotta just
upgrade something.
Do math.
The interesting thing is so for those of you out there wondering what Kasper was alluding to earlier, I did a couple PC upgrades as well. Upgraded my PCU, my CPU or P, and my video card. Got a 4060.
For those layman's terms, power supply unit, right, graphics card, and computing processor unit.
Central processing unit.
Oh yeah. Computer processing.
How is it that I know that and you don't? Like,
you know English more than me.
I suppose. But yeah, upgraded some things. I was really getting bummed out that path just would, look like garbage forever.
Well, you run Pav in a very interesting manner.
Do I?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. If I had to play Path the way you play Path, I would not play Path.
Why? I'm super confused. Oh, you mean before my upgrades?
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to share with the world? How'd you play Path?
I was playing Path at like 800 by 600 resolution, like all the shit low, no global illumination, low textures. And then I would go into my graphics card. Yeah, and then I would go into my graphics card settings, and then basically nuke it from there too. So that would like it would perform. It was giving me like 10 or 20% more frame rate on top of what I was normally getting by just tweaking my graphics card settings. But that was basically like, okay, cool, I can maintain 7 frames per second most of the time. And then even during those times of high problems, it just looked like one giant ass pixel.
Yeah, I remember when you described
the shaper slam
move, the shaper.
I was like, the shaper triangle, and you're like, what? And that's what my computer showed me. That's what it thought it was. It was just a fucking purple fucking triangle.
It took me a hot minute, just like, what the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't look like a triangle to me, but it took me a while to like connect the dots that purple blob looks like a triangle for you. To me, it just looks like a purple cloud blob that he does.
Yeah, nah, mine just like literally makes it 3 hard edges, connects them together, and it's just like purple. This is happening. It doesn't even like really communicate that it's dangerous. It just kind of starts happening, and you're like, huh, the fuck is that?
It baffles my mind how far you've gotten into this game playing the way you do. It completely baffles my mind.
It makes me proud. Like straight the fuck up. I feel pride when I know what I've done with this game while playing on.
You give definition
what was my old graphics card? A 1060, a 3 gigabyte 1060, and I was running. I think it was an i5, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. It was like a 5600K. I think it was like a 5600K.
I wonder what is the most common 5th gen like
CPU
console running.
Wait, what? I'm confused what you mean, my friend.
5th gen console specs. What are the 5th gen consoles running right now?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I don't even know. Is it 5th gen? I don't even know. What are we up to?
5th gen is what?
I see a picture of a PlayStation, so it might not be 5th gen.
5th generation. Okay, so let's just do this. PS5 specs.
Yeah, a 6th gen console specs. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not.
All right, let's see what this motherfucker has. All right, so it's got a 4K optical drive. It's SSDs. It's got 16 gigs of RAM. Holy shit, dude. 36 CUDA cores, 2.2 gigahertz each, it looks like.
Blah, blah, blah. What else?
It's pretty beefy, bro.
What's the graphics card on it? Is it graphics?
It doesn't show one. It's video out is just 4K, 120 hertz TV, and then it has a UHD. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what you want, bro. The fuck do you want from me? I can't.
Specs. I hate this. The part I hate about this is why I hate so much about like, why not just show the actual
this is what
specs?
it says. This is what it says. The PS5 has an RDNA 2 based GPU that promises up to 10.28 teraflops of computing power, uses
Bullshit.
variable frequency. Yeah, dude, I don't know what the fuck that means. Like,
It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's
just tell,
AMD.
like,
It's AMD graphics card.
okay,
They just don't want to
but
tell you what
right,
it
but
is.
what is it?
They don't want to tell you what it is. Yeah, they don't want to tell you what it is. Because essentially,
Yeah.
they tell you what it is. You can actually recreate it.
Okay, so graphics card is VRAM, correct?
No, it has remap in it, but it's not just remap. It's his own process. It has his own process in
So what do you call the memory that is in a graphics card? So when
it's
you're like, when I tell
considered
you I have an 8 GB graphics card, what is the 8 GB?
it's considered VRAM, but it operates a little. I don't know. Tech. I don't want to make this into a tech mumbo jumbo tech.
I understand, but that, so if I tell you that it has 16 gigabytes
So
of VRAM,
technically,
that'll tell
is
you something, right?
so if you look at the 16 gigs of GDD R2 R6 memory, that's the memory of the graphics card.
Right,
GDDR6.
right. So it's got 16 gigs of VRAM, but
Graphical
GDDR6
DDR6 memory.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
you know how your RAM sticks are DDR4 or
So this
DDR3?
wait. So PS5s are running double how much fucking video RAM I'm running? Holy shit!
It's different though.
Is it?
Yeah, it operates differently. See,
I don't understand, bro.
the motherboard. God, I don't know. What this is the RAM of your computer operates the entire computer.
Uh-huh.
A GDDR6. This is the reason why it's DDR6. It's specifically to process short-term graphical information.
Right. So
So it
I
doesn't do
have
anything else other than
so I have 8 gigs of GDDR6, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It has double.
Yeah,
Because
but
I'm not even talking about my normal
but this
RAM.
has diminished returns though.
Does it?
Yeah. See,
Oh.
you can't just go based by number. Because number only gives you allotment. It doesn't give you processing power. Right? So if I say to you, well, I have 16 bedrooms, but I only have enough time in a day to go to like 3 of those bedrooms. Like I only have enough time in a day to actually process 3 of those bedrooms. The rest of the bedrooms are being wasted. Right? So you have to think of it in a way of like,
Okay,
if your
so here,
graphics card
I'll
is
put
not
this
fast enough to utilize the 16
I'll
gigs,
put this in a better way for you then. The GPU in the Series X is around 20% better than what's in the PS5, and then this 3070 is around 30% better than that.
yeah. So
There. That's all I got. I don't want to talk about it no more. Let's move on to PoE stuff. I like that's all I've been trying to do is end this conversation. I'm sorry, everybody around. I'm so overwhelmed by this just bullshit.
Yeah. So basically, the main reason why I wanted to make comparisons because I wanted to compare what you're running to what the average console player playing Path is running.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because there's a large community of Path players that play, in consoles. And that's a shame to them. But they're still exiles, and I still want to respect their decisions. But you've been playing worse than them for their first half of your career.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's terrible.
Have you ever played on console?
The last console I own, what, PoE?
Yeah.
Oh no, never.
Okay. Man, me neither.
But I do know that I'm definitely playing something that looks worse than console. Because I have seen console graphics, and they're not bad. They're just definitely not like your shit.
I don't
4K.
think. I don't think you can run. I don't think you could do juice maps on console.
You'd be able to do it.
I don't think.
Bro. If my PC was able to do it,
All right.
I imagine during those times it would have dynamic culling because it was forcing my computer to do dynamic culling.
Okay. Maybe he runs like it.
And it would also probably it also
turns into the purple diamond.
Right. Maybe it does. Who knows? But I imagine you could. It probably wouldn't look great.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe you're right.
I don't know, man. It's surprising what you can get done with an old system in PoE. Especially like, if you're starting out on PoE, you don't need anything close to what even what I had. Like that thing was perfect for the axe.
I'm gonna do a old man speech now. back in my day, an $800 PC was enough to run most good shit. Now, oof, you need a few $1,000s.
Nah, well, you also have to take into consideration like inflation. Inflation has gone fucking insane lately. Everything is more expensive.
Yeah.
Like, this is why I wanted to steer away from like this, because whenever you get into talking about video cards, PC pricings, you get talking about the economy. I don't want to talk about all that shit. I just want to talk about video games.
Fair enough. Right,
So back to the point.
Let's break.
Did some upgrades. Did some upgrades. Started actually being able to see the game itself. I've actually been tripping the hell out at things that I haven't realized I'm dying to.
You're like, wait, that's not a triangle?
Right. Basically, like, I'm seeing shit happen now. Animations of bosses, and I'm not like just like, okay, make sure that you're using flame dash every 1.5 seconds ish, and that usually means that things that are targeting you are, you're moving out of the way, and then you just get clapped by something, and you're just like, what happened? I don't know. The screen was a pixel. Now I'm like, oh shit, dude, there's an off-screen arrow that hit me. Like it's actually slow motion crazy.
Just coming at you. Ooh,
yeah, it doesn't make me dodge, it doesn't make me better at the game, but I can actually see it hit my character now, and there's way less confusion. Like that's one thing that has tripped me out. I've noticed that there's a lot of character models in the game that I haven't seen. Dude, I've tripped out at how my MTX looks after all my upgrades. This game has like some pretty decent textures.
Yeah, they do. I think they've gone really hard with the textures as far as just the MTX. They don't care about the game. They don't. They do give the game love, but fuck, do they give love to those MTXs?
Oh yeah, like I've been sitting there experimenting with different MTXs and different stuff, and I've just been like shocked at how good some of this shit looks as I'm playing. And I'm like, when I first started looking at MTX, I was like, dude, I'm too far away from my character. I wouldn't even see a difference. I just noticed a different colored glow. Now I feel like I see why people do it.
If you do too well in the graphical department while you're building like maps and stuff like that, there's someone that kind of looks at you and like, hey, you, go to the MTX department now. it's like the and the person that gets like, it feels like a promotion stuff. It's like, oh my god, I made it. I'm
selling things. But I don't know about that though, because like you think about it, dude, like the boss graphics department. I hope those guys are getting sleep. Like animations in general are pretty clean. I have been noticing a huge difference, like, 'cause I was doing some sanctums and noticing that there's a lot of animations to stuff that I didn't see before. Like, it's just interesting. It's interesting.
I wonder if it's the work going into Path 2 that's like rubbing off. I know it's two separate teams, but one thing we did notice with Path 2 is that the fucking animations are crisp.
They are. They're very clean.
And it could be
everything looks dodgeable.
Down, but they really put a lot of emphasis to the animations in order to to emphasize that whole dodging mechanic. So it might be some of that shit might be rubbing off.
It might be. That's kind of like part of my worry, I guess.
Well, I mean,
in a weird way, because I'm still hoping that things will end up with like, what does that boss look like with 30% unique mobs attack speed and cast speed? You know what I mean? Like, is he just gonna be like, bah, bah, bah? Are you gonna see all those animations then? Like, like I don't know if you run into one of those rares that's just like cracked out, but they don't
eater and shit.
Yeah, they have like They have like 2 frames of animation. It's wind up and finished. And they just looking like they're going in between those two, even on my upgrade PCs. Like, what the fuck is that guy doing?
That reminds me of like the Matrix. Whenever Agent Smith was like going too fast, it would just see like the after shadows of him moving.
Yeah. Like when he take over somebody and he does like the face shake.
Yeah, that's what they look like. It's just like they're attacking you. You see them moving, but you're already dead.
He's like, rah, rah. He's like, what the fuck is going on? Please save me. But other than that, I also re-rolled again. I didn't.
This fifth time? Fifth time?
I think it might be fourth. I think it's
So
fourth.
wait, you did
Ah,
one on your whirlwind, then you
yeah,
went from whirlwind to occultist,
right. I went to
forbidden
Soul Run.
ray,
Yeah.
yeah, soul run,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
you
yeah,
went,
yeah.
and then you went to um
The Cyclone COC,
cyclone COC, and
and then
then
now I'm Poison
all
SRS.
right, four,
So
maybe
yeah,
five, maybe you can slip a fifth one in there, but it's about four.
I think it's four. I don't think there is a fifth. I
But this
think there
is
because I actually leveled this character SRS, so I can't even be like, oh, I started at this and shifted it over.
so it's technically
So
not a reroll. This is more just I just made another character,
I did make
not a
a new
reroll,
character.
because you still got your old one
That's true.
and
I
you're
still
still
have
playing it.
I still have 3 characters.
Well, I know, but I'm saying it's there's still activated. Not did you gut it?
Oh hell no, no no
Oh,
no
that's what
no.
I'm saying. You still have it. You can still map it. So it's not really a reroll. Reroll for me is more like when you know that it's not working and you need to pivot. Like, all right, I need to.
Yeah, I get you. What I did do though is I used up a lot of the currency that was
Kill
in
session?
guild. Yeah. I think so. I was thinking this change was going to be a lot cheaper than it was. Because I was looking at some stuff, and then our guildmate Miu made a suggestion, and I followed it for some odd ass fucking reason. He has great ideas. The problem is he has no like tact for cost or budget. Like he's just like, oh yeah, dude, just throw an AG in there, and I'm like, hey, that's not a bad idea. It'll buff my minions. Holy shit, dude! It's not even
Yeah.
like a perfect AG, and I didn't put it into a hungry loop. It's on a 4 link, technically on a 3 link because it's shared with my carrion, but it should cost me like 6 div.
Really?
It's like goddamn
I mean,
expensive.
it would have been cheaper to put it on a ring.
No, because the 6 div was the gear.
I think it still would have been cheaper to put it on a ring,
Kingmaker. I don't understand how it would be cheaper to put it on your ring. I don't
because all you
understand
have to
what you
do
mean.
is get 4 level 19 gems, right?
But that doesn't mean cheaper. I don't understand what you mean.
What do you mean? You
It's
get a level 19 gem? A level 19 gem is a few
friend.
chaoses.
That doesn't save me from having to buy a Kingmaker or
Okay,
save me
that's okay.
from
Fine,
buying
fine,
any of the
fine.
gear.
But you can buy the preliminary gear for like less than 1 div, and the preliminary gear
I
will
but that's not what I
automatically give
want.
you.
If I do, bro, if I'm rolling to poison SRS, why am I gonna have a weak ass fucking AG? What I'm
The
trying to explain.
SRSs I've been seeing that have been popular are the life explode.
The
The life explode, basically, the ones that they explode 6% of
those
their health.
those happen. There are people who are doing those popcorns. I am not. I'm doing poison.
Okay.
My dudes just pop up and like turn into a little gang and just beat up on something. Then they hit dot cap and then it just fucking dies. It's hilarious.
Mm.
Totally worth. But my AG, just the gear from it, because I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
want to
Kingmaker
go.
is
Yeah,
Kingmaker is a
I didn't want to
serious
go
item.
medium budget, and I didn't want to go low budget because I don't. That those weren't my budgets, right?
Well, I
It's
mean,
not
I
like I was
figured that
like
you
I
would
have
want
all
to
that
test AG.
gear.
I know you have reservations with AG.
I was just wanted to make sure because I put the AG in after the character was like functional, and I noticed that my carrion golem and my stone golem weren't dying. And I was like, okay, so if I add an AG into that, that is probably not gonna die. And then I
Yeah,
was like,
even a
especially if I
low
give it,
tier, like if you have any kind of minion, um, from my understanding, if you have any minion, if you're like a necro or you are, especially if you're a necro, but if you have any minion built and you have minion nodes and you make an AG, there's only maybe a few things in this game that can kill it. Like if you just have minion nodes along with the right setup, like meat shield, you have a few of those nodes, because AG's effective pool health pool is like 100,000. Like it's
he is incredibly tanky.
yeah.
I will give it that 100%. The problem is for instance, right? So you say there's only a few things that can kill AG. Unless you go
Grandmasters is one of those.
right, but unless you're like specifically going to look for what kills your AG, you won't know what kills your AG until it kills it.
No, there's certain mechanics that will kill it.
Right. But the thing is do you know what else will kill the fuck out of my AG that I didn't realize until someone told me?
Oh, the trials?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Merc. Apparently, once like I'm really glad that someone happened to say this because someone was just like, I just got to rank. I saw someone was like, I just got to rank 800. I did my Tota. I got out, and my AG is gone.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
And it's just like, oh no, it doesn't. You don't even need to be at like 2K for that shit to just get deaded. Nope. No. Yeah, that's where I was like, I'm glad I found.
You should have saw that because look at the damage they do on. We was at 600, and look how much they killed my Juggernaut.
True, but dude, when you're looking at some of these AGs and like the numbers that these effective health pools are, it's just shocking. It's like, you know, when you're sitting there and you have like maybe 17, 18,000 effective hit points and something one shots you, you're like, okay, that hit me hard. But when something one shots an animated guardian with over 100,000 health, and you're just like, how are you supposed to feel about that? There's no like overkill mechanic where it's just like, hey, you got overkilled by 1900 fucking damage. So just so you know, like when it kills you, it kills you. You don't know if it killed you by 100 times or just 2 HP more than what you had. Like, it's just such a sketchy ass like thing. And then not knowing like any like numbers at all, dude. We know no numbers for Tota.
And we won't ever know. Idea. They're just gonna tell us next league that Tota mechanic is not going core. They're gonna work on it,
and then it'll go core next league.
And it may go core next, and then they're just gonna be like, "Oh, we lowered the damage by 200% and by 300%," and then they're gonna just give you percentages.
Well, the thing is there's some people doing like rudimentary calculations. You know, like, all right, I have. If we consider that these things are
might as well be pseudoscience. Like,
right, but if they're at least as tanky as Shaper, like, cause think about it, right? Uber Shaper and shit. Those things have a certain amount of defenses, and like, if you can calculate how much damage you're doing to them, you can roughly guesstimate how long something is taking to die. If you know how long something's taking you to die, that you know the health pool of.
Fair enough.
Like, I understand it's not perfect because, you know, resists and those types of things are going to be slightly different.
And we don't know what those are for those
characters. Yeah,
we don't know what
you have no idea. Shit is. But people are calculating that you're needing billions of like these things have like billions of health. Like straight up billions. It makes sense. Like, because what is it? My COC, it takes like, I don't know, bro, probably like 45, 55 seconds for my cast on crit cyclone to kill it. And that's at like rank like 250, 300 max.
Yeah. Like, have billions.
You know, and I know that build outside in Ubers.
That turtle
like,
walking around with trillions.
Yeah, like in Ubers, I know for a fact I do 27 mil. And wow, I did Maven in 2 phases. Like, shit's trippy. Like, you walk up and it's just like Atula. It's just like, oh, don't worry, dude. I know you do billion DPS. Don't matter. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm still just gonna turn around and one shot you.
Atula, the big axe guy with the big sword.
Yeah. Atula,
the one that drops the rocks, one shot to kill.
The one that oh my god, dude. I think that's Mata? Maybe
it's Mata, yeah.
I think it might be Mata. Or
Mata. You have to wait to hear the sound though. If you hear that, run. Just run. Or you might be dead already.
I've from what I noticed, if you see the ring of rocks, you're already dead.
Like if you see the rocks forming above you?
No, like the moment the ring of rocks is there, you're dead. Like the ring is like an after effect. There's a hit and then the ring forms and then they slam.
That makes sense, yeah, because you hear the sound somewhere in between.
Right, and it's just like where all of that is, what's actually killing you? Because I remember before I did my PC upgrades, I was tripping the fuck out. So I was looking at it and I was like, I'm dying the moment the ring forms. I don't understand. And then post upgrades, I'm still taking the hit. Like, because again, this character's slightly lower. I didn't go to total on my COC. That's just like a practice in masochism. But even like this, like I'm still taking the hit the moment the shit like forms, and I'm not sure if that's just like a limit of my internet now. Like I don't know. It's a trip, or maybe I'm just misconstruing signals.
Maybe
But
that's just.
I feel like this game hates us.
It's definitely designed to kill you.
All I want to do is use my animated Guardian in Toda and have it not die, man.
No.
Everybody else here, like, no, this is bullshit. I can actually tell you like 2 or 3 reasons why I think that. Number one, I cannot use spirit offering or bone offering or anything like that on any of them. Meaning their bodies don't their bodies don't exist. They're already
so
dead.
Detonate dead too.
They're right. You can't use volatile dead. You can't use detonate dead.
Damn.
Like, the fact of the matter is technically they don't die either. Why is it that my shit is the only fucking thing in here that can die? That don't make any fucking sense.
Well, like, we already determined that trials everything about the trials don't make sense. A lot of it. The lore, the mechanic is all great, honestly, but the numbers, the calculations, the mechanics, it's like you guys really don't want certain characters playing this shit.
I just don't feel. I feel like they just don't want anybody actually being able to solve it. And the thing is it's fucked up because all that does is it makes it harder for the average guy and easier for fucking cheesers.
Yeah.
You know, they take one thing, they exploit the fuck out of it, and then you make a change, and then they find something else, and then they exploit the fuck out of it. Meanwhile, one person who decided, oh, you know, maybe if I have one knockback a second, this will be okay, and then that kid gets fucking nerfed. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think that we should be balancing the game around the Giga Chads. I don't think that's right. I like it just makes everything way harder for anybody else that just wants to dabble in this shit. Then again, if you want to dabble in this shit and you don't want to go all that far, you know, things aren't going to one shot you at rank 200.
They're not. No, I think the loot will get better. Obviously, the higher you go up, but with those come serious consequences.
Like even now, with the SRS, I'm blazing through it. I really don't want to fucking play it. Second thing, I'm trying to figure out how I'm supposed to do Sanctum with this without having to dodge, because I don't think you can do it anymore. Everything has like a range where it won't take damage from your stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you about it.
I'm upset. I'm upset about
it. It's less than a screen.
Yeah, it is.
You have to get
you can
within
see something on the edge of your screen, and it won't take damage.
No, you have to run really close up to it, and then you have to basically run it within their range.
Yeah, it's.
You know that teleporting melee dude?
Oh my god, fuck him.
Yeah, dude.
You know what?
I think I know how to. This is why I was bitching as a melee when I tried it, and I was just like, "There's no way I can do this. There's no fucking way."
Believe it or not, the teleporting dude for melee is easier.
You mean Flicker?
You just walk through him. No, you just walk through him. Yeah.
Oh, I meant as my build though.
Oh no, but that's. Oh, but that okay, yeah.
Because I can't dodge anything. Because I have to be right in front of their faces.
Now, no, that's what I'm saying. Like if you walk through him, like you flicker to his face.
The problem is everything else.
Well, yeah, but that's not the example that you gave.
I know, fair enough. But I'm saying I was just using him as an example because like when you get close to him, he does 3 skills. He does the teleporting, he does the big slash, and he does some other bullshit.
Big slash.
So it's like you basically have to be within his range in order to be able to do anything, and it's just like kind of sucks ass. And then you know, I mean, there's a lot of problems with melee, but it makes it just 10 times worse.
Yeah,
they
I figured
really
out
die really fast either. Like no matter, I guess if you have really good damage,
you can make them die pretty quick. If you've got bonkers damage, like for instance, you wouldn't guess this, my COC Cyclone was actually half decent at Sanctum. If I got to it before it did anything, it would die. Which is, for that playstyle was great.
You could flick Frost Blink into it.
Yeah, I'd start spinning Frost Blink onto its face. I would start critting, and it would instantly just get gapped. Like 10 trigger rates per second was too much for those things. 20 million damage, which I understand that's pretty high, but you can out damage the mechanic. The problem then becomes with like all the other shit. Because like there's mobs in there that create like little shit on the floor. There's mobs that make area of effect stuff. There's dudes that
it's funny because there's actually like
from you
very effective ways of farming Sanctum, and it's just like, but it's like what you mentioned, only if you have a cheese build.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, and I think you're right. It's like, well, this is GGGG scaling and like framing it for the chads, the Giga Chads.
Yeah.
And
we can't have all these Giga Chads just printing currency. So we got to make Sanctum fucking ridiculously hard so that no player fucking under 100 hours is completing that shit at all. Unless you just happen to know that you're going Sanctum and you're just making a build for that. I don't know. I understand that every build has like its barriers of content. But I feel like
I'm never opposed to making new characters for things, but it's like I want to make a new character because I just want to enjoy a new build, not for the sake of being able to play a content. Like
I understand.
I don't like that. I don't like that philosophy. Like
I understand.
If I want to play a bow person and then I want to play a melee person, I do it based on the fact that I haven't played a bow person before. I want to try it. I want to try it. But I can only do this concept if I'm a bow person. Like that's just, I feel like that's forcing players to like, I feel like it's forcing them into a corner based on their own personal preferences.
Well, so this is my personal view on that. I don't necessarily see a terrible thing about that. I do believe there has to be trade-offs for everything you decide to do. I feel like that's how you make a meaningful game, is by making sure that no matter what, you have to choose to do one thing or choose to do another. My issue comes from the fact of the matter is, it's not for us. It's not do one thing or do another. It's do one thing so specific, so cheesy, so cookie cut. You don't get to really experiment with this. If you fuck up too many things, your build just won't work. And then it's no longer a good Sanctum runner. So you have to make it real, like super like this. And it's got to be very specific. It's got to have this particular, like, that's what bothers me.
Yeah, but
if it was just one of those things.
And these stats, you're fucked.
Right. Like, I don't care if it's like, all right, hey, you need a health build to do Delve. Okay, cool. That's pretty general. That's pretty broad. I understand. And if you want to overpower that barrier that you're going to have to spend ridiculous currency, okay, all right, let's go. But here, it's not like, it's not that. It's not like you have to go SRS. No, you have to go this variant of SRS, or you have to go this variant of this, or Trickster has to be built that way or it's useless, or it's just, I don't know how much of that is just like a certain ascendancy sucking dick, and how much of that is like just not being cool with everybody just being really, really powerful.
What's funny is that I may say something that's ridiculous, stupid, but it feels to me like the department that makes the game and modulates the game's difficulty level is not communicating with the department that's modifying players' abilities. Because it feels like to me like one department is boosting everything, right? While the other departments kind of sitting there like, well, this is pretty good, like for normal play. Like this is like they're basing it on like Chris Wilson playing.
Right.
He's not pushing any crazy content. He's just sitting there like level 50 and like
I don't know
just
about that.
getting.
Let's not
just.
insult the man.
He's a busy man. All right, if he can get to late game, end game, I'd be sitting there like, bro, don't you got a job to do? Like,
I
what's wrong with
imagine
you?
he has a guild.
Fair enough.
You know, I imagine he's not doing it all by himself. And then I'm pretty sure also that he's able to just be like, oh, yeah, I'm playing for research. Yeah, I'm seeing how much health Uber Maven has.
It's you know what I'm saying. He's there. It's like the sentences, everything like that. They're making it for casual players, and it's like you can see like the numbers and everything like that. It's just that the fucking players, the Giga Chads, that are like, okay, how do we make this better? Let's just combine everything else and it just makes something ridiculous. And it's like,
How many
so
mechanics am I going to have to throw into this build to make it Chadly enough?
yeah. And it's just like, it's the unfortunate side of a game that has so many layers of mechanics that you're never going to run. You're always going to run into this problem. The longer you run the game, unless you do a clean wipe, you're going to have ways to combine all the goddamn mechanics because it's fucking ungodly number and I'm not so far. I don't even know how to keep track. There's no way to balance.
No, I think there is. It's just it's a choosing between how broken you're going to allow something because
Yeah, it's a wait and see tactic. When it
yeah,
breaks and it's like,
I don't see
tone it
I
down,
don't
tone
see
it
a
down.
way of I don't see a way of just being like, oh yeah, you know, we know that this is going to break the game in this particular fashion, unless you know. I think they should hire some people like Ben, like you know the speedrunners,
Mm-hmm.
like or like hell, dude, even like the build makers, dude. Hire one of these
Why hire them
dudes to
though?
fucking test.
Why hire
Like,
them?
what
Why
do you
hire
mean?
them?
Why?
They do. They work for free already.
Uh, but that's my whole point. They don't because the problem, the fact of the matter is, if they got access to shit before, and like were you know included on the game plan, you know maybe we wouldn't end up with so much fucking
I
random
disagree.
blind fight or high
I
like you know
disagree. I
I don't
think
know.
I think they're getting the best of both worlds. So they get a free labor in these speed racers and streamers, right? They get free promotional because then now the streamers are now cultivating their own audiences. And they pretty much also may having them buy supporter packs because a lot of these streamers buy the fuck out of supporter packs. So and you don't even have to pay them for they don't have to
But
give
that
them health
doesn't
insurance.
mean yeah, but that doesn't mean that paying them wouldn't end up with a better product. I understand. No. Don't interrupt this point. I understand that it is more financially fucking doable to not hire people and make people do free fucking labor. But if they're working on your game in a positive manner, you should fucking pay them. I don't care. But that's not okay. Like that is
Here's my
like
retort. Here's my
if that's
retort.
a hot take, the fuck it. I'll take it.
Here's my retort. Would you get better performance out of them if they worked for you or if
I
they were
assume
just a fan of
being
your stuff?
we would have less fucking moments of oh my god, why is this fucking broken? Why does this shit not work? The
You
fact of the
have
matter
to
is it would
admit,
make a better product.
but you
It
have
would
to
make a
admit,
better
you
product.
loved that Totem Explode build.
Yeah.
That shit was
And guess
fun.
what? That being actually balanced would have been great. I could have played it again this league. But the fact of the matter is it was broken last league. And so instead of being able to balance it by, you know, asking people, hey, how would you make this fucking playable without making it really unfair? And then, you know, going from there. No, they nuke it from fucking orbit and now nobody gets to play Totem Explode. You're welcome. That's a way better fucking situation than having it preempted and having more builds in the game that are viable, right?
I kind of side with Sizz in this philosophy of like I don't mind them nuking from orbit builds as long as you make other builds more viable. Don't just nuke builds from Nor orbit and then don't make a new meta. Like
The thing is,
rotate
though,
that
is
shit. Like
you
make
nuke a
minions
build.
better or like you know what I'm saying because it feels it makes a game refresh when you force all players to like play new shit.
The thing is there are people who like playstyles, right? I enjoyed throwing a whole bunch of traps on the fucking floor, having them explode, reaching dot cap, and fucking, totem explode. It's obvious. The thing is now, if I feel like playing something like that, I don't really have an option.
There's still mines.
There's mines, but that doesn't function the same way. And you've seen how many characters of mine that were miners that didn't fucking go anywhere, that got stuck in fucking tier 14 maps.
But you're better now.
That's all true, but that doesn't change.
You
like
have the knowledge.
I have the knowledge and have to spend 400 divines making it work. Nah, dude.
Technically, you still did that.
It was pretty expensive. I don't know about 400 divines, but it was pretty fucking up there. Shit, dude. Can I even calculate that now? 120? I'd say 120, Tiv. Easy. Total, like everything, way more. I don't know, because there was a lot of
you
swapping.
Made mistakes. Yeah, you made a lot of mistakes.
As a matter of fact, not only did I make a lot of mistakes, dude, I didn't even tell you my most recent mistake. Oh, I got lucky but unlucky, right? So I was on my COC, and then Miyu PM'd me his new Omni, and he was just like, "Oh my god, the penetration's so great," and I was like, "It is," and I was like, "I wonder how hard it would be to fit Omni into my build." Dude, I bought the Omni, got the extra stats, trying to fit everything and get enough crit. I basically made a 20 div mistake.
Oof.
And just essentially just pissed away 20 div. It would have been 34 div, but luckily someone bought the Omni.
How much you sold it for? 20?
13. No, because I bought it for 14.
Christ.
Yeah, I bought it for 14 and had to sell it for 13. So I made some back. But yeah, it was a really, really expensive mistake. And because I'm pretty sure no one wants to buy this chest. No one's gonna fucking pay for it. What the fuck I did?
Not this
late.
Not this late in the game.
Yeah, it's just like, great, I did that, and now I'm fucked. And then
you have such a high specialty character. You're better off selling your entire stock of gear, and like as a bulk sale.
But then I know.
I'm just saying, like selling one piece of old gear at this late in the game, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, you have to either sell the build itself.
Yeah.
Or do what I did, farm up extra currency and make a new one and keep it on the old one. So if I ever want to, I can play it again. Because it is an interesting snapshot of, improvement. Like I keep the same reason I keep my ward loops and I haven't sold any of their gear.
And I guess we should specify this. The way you sell your character is not to like sell your account or anything like that, but you kind of like you
sell all the gear.
Sell your gear. You can send them a paste bin of your build path of building.
Mm-hmm.
That way they can see everything you've done to the character. Yeah, like your tree, any tattoos, anything you've done, and then you basically sell it as a bulk purchase, and you sell it to them. And then they can replicate it.
Helms, all your jewels, all that shit.
Yeah.
All of it goes. And then you get the currency from it, and then you sit there and hide out warrior until you find what you're looking for. And you can. I have never done it. I'm never confident. I'm never confident enough to sell my builds. Like I know some of them are really good, but I'm afraid to post them and be like, "Oh yeah, this is a really great build," and then someone's gonna be like, "Oh man, you only had 200 million damage on this ward looper," and be like complaining and shit.
Well, some people will play a character to the end of like all content. Once they feel like they reached all the content that they're looking for, then they will pivot like, all right, I'm done.
I feel that because I hit the limit of what I think my Cyclone character can do. And it's in the place that it can thrive, right? When you're on, Miyu's on, and we're magifying mapping.
Yeah, zooming.
Dude, we're zooming. The character does fan-fucking-tastic. I'm proud of the result. The fact of the matter is I still want to play some Sanctum. I still kind of wanted to get up into Tota, maybe get some good shit out of it. Hopefully, I was hoping that it's going to be
easy,
feel a little bit better. Like not even like be easy, but feel better with a more cheesy build. And it does. But for instance, now I'm skipping like 2 or 3 rounds and not buying. Like I'm just Granted, low ranking, probably can't do that later. But for now, I'm just zooming through, getting a couple things here and there. It's not great. It's not bad. It's just like monotonous. It's good for watching shit on the side.
Got it.
Like, man, Netflix
So you're checking out playing. You're like autopiloting it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because what I do is I just put myself in like a corner where most shit isn't gonna walk at me, and then I just start summoning.
How far does your
My SRS
fars go? Yeah.
Dude, it goes, bro. From like starting position, I can basically cover the entire middle ground and a good portion of like their front
because
line.
you have like nodes that can increase the life of
They're not dying
at all.
Right. They don't. I don't have that. What's it called build? I have
no,
30.
because it's standard SRS they die after a while.
Yeah, but only after a duration. So they're not like
duration at all.
They have 30% increased duration. So how long do they last? They last 12.2 seconds, and they're aggressive.
They're aggressive.
They are very, very aggressive. I fucking love these things for that. I will be honest. Like,
there's like times in which crack attack speed.
Oh my god, yes. Yeah, and I'm also running Val Haste on a what is that? A Divine Blessing. So it's got 30% increased aura effect, and it just doesn't apply to me. It applies to my minions. But guess what? Attack and cast speed that apply to my minions apply to me anyway. So it's just a free 30%.
That's an interesting mechanic. Yeah.
It is. Like, this is the part of the game that is so goddamn fun and so fucking cool. There's so many weird loopholes to fucking downsides in this game. Like, it's awesome. Fucking love PoE.
I hate that necromancer build of like anything that affects my minions affects me. Node, it's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, if you decide to play, you know what you can run if you want? You can run haste now.
You can make fuck you, I'm not doing that. You can make basically a necro out of the campaign or in a tier 16 map fairly easy.
I got my necro into maps, or not. No. I got the basically past acts. Went in, spent what was it, 4 or 5? Like, I'll be honest, I spent like 10 divine, and threw it all together. And then it was doing T16 maps. I was bored with like the leveling process, and I decided to spend a couple divine on some 5 ways. It's now level 92 and hasn't died yet.
Yeah, like necros are by far maybe juggernauts are the exception, but necros are the most tankiest fucking build to do. Like just with random currency trash that you have. If you listen to this and you want to make a tanky character, make a necro. And go
or righteous fire,
and you will not fucking die.
Or go righteous fire.
Oh, they use
both of those are exceptionally tanky.
Don't righteous fire use juggers?
Say again?
Don't righteous fire use juggernauts?
They do use jugs. You're not gonna go. You can go witch, but not necro.
That's what I'm saying. Other than juggernauts, I think like second is necros.
Necros are definitely second
because jugs, you just get so much life nodes and like just bonus with that fucking node.
After, because when you go into 5 ways, they want you to have a certain amount of health. Blah 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 blah. After gutting away most of the other health that I had, taken for the 5 ways to make it safe, put it into a couple minion things, I'm still at 3,400 HP.
And that's with trash gear, probably.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
It's not trash gear. It's just not giga gear.
I know, like
actually, my belt is pretty trash.
Mid tier equipment with me with necros, I would sit with a life build. I would sit pretty at like 5,000 HP, like shield block. And I'm
just going like really, really hard into minion things.
Got it.
Like, do you remember my replica Dragon's Heart that I had for my Ice Spear? Yeah. That gave me +3 to Ice Spears. Yeah. I'm running one that has Summon Raging Spirits, +3. Nice. So, super good. super duper good. The problem is there's not very many places left for me to get life. I can't get them in my rings. So I got 71 on my gloves. I've got 87 on my helm. And 10% on my chest.
I mean, you have enough. You have more than enough life, though.
Oh yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, even without having very much life at all, like, because I don't. There's only 3 pieces of my gear that have on it.
Yeah, shit dies.
Shit dies, and I don't.
As long as you don't put yourself in a situation where you shouldn't be in, you shouldn't die.
And the only time I come close to dying at this point is when I go too hard on autopilot. And I'm just not looking at anything on the screen, like, at all. And I'm just standing in shit. And then
coming at you.
And then I look and I'm like, oh, why don't I have any energy shield? And then I'm like, oh, why am I like 20% health? And then I still have time to move out. Fucking love this character. So stupid. Actually, deaths. I've died 10 times at level 92. Like, this character is exceptional.
I wouldn't be surprised that all those deaths were related to either Tota or within Tota or within the last 5 levels.
I don't believe that it counts for Tota. I died 4 times because I was testing the build and I walked into a map and shit just kept killing me and I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on? And I didn't realize that there was just like, it was one of those just like terrible fucking maps.
Yeah, I think Chain is pretty bad for
It is, yes. SRS. Chain is pretty bad. I was getting murked by minus resists, minus physical.
I think one of the best things about SRS that you can level with that motherfucker.
Oh yeah, like I didn't change out of SRS the entire game.
It activates really quickly.
Smooth. It's smooth too.
Yeah.
It is a very nice level.
Get yourself some decent like cast speed wands, dual handed. You just fucking cruise with those motherfuckers. It could be level 1s.
I think I used a life sprig until like level 50, bro.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing league start, you don't need a life sprig. You could just get some.
Oh yeah. Just a
wands. Yeah.
You don't even need that. Just a +1 minion wand. You'll be casting pretty slow, but you'll definitely do the damage. Like, it's just, you don't need much to get these builds just to work. Luckily, minions and things of that nature are, I don't know, are they like self-contained?
As far as what, the damage?
Yeah, like all of their stats and things like that, like they always end up being decent. Usually,
they're not self-contained. They get influenced by all nodes any minion node that you pick up. They get.
I mean, just like they seem like tier 1 map viable, regardless of what the fuck you do.
Man, they're pretty. They're one of the most solid fucking minion builds. Like, you cannot fuck up a SRS build.
You can. Well, no, you can't.
You cannot fuck up a SRS build.
You can during the swap. You can. I actually
all you could do is limit its potential. That's it.
That's true. Like, but like, if
you won't be able to do super tiered maps, but you'll be able to do regular tiered maps. Like, it's
actually, that's the issue I had when I died 4 times. I had that issue, and I didn't have all of my poison % chance. So I was getting nuked because I'm trying to convert all of my elemental damage that they're supposed to be doing into fucking chaos damage, but they're not poisoning. It was bad. It did not work. The lucky part of it is it was literally fixed by 1 support. Just chance to poison support fixed my build. Like, so it wasn't like it was something that was just like, oh my god, this is gonna cost me like 5 divine. No, it was just like, oh wait.
So you were your build specifically is you're getting a bit advanced with the mechanics of it, right? You're doing like poison damage conversions, right? Those are always complicated.
The damage conversion is only coming from void manipulation because supported skills do no elemental damage.
Right, but what I'm saying is that if you do a classical SRS build, you don't do nothing.
It's going to be fire damage.
Right. Chances are you cannot fuck that up.
No, you're right. Especially if you stay.
Yeah, if you stay regular vanilla SRS and
You'll
you
you'll
do
kill shit.
you
Yeah, you'll
run
kill a lot
Herald
of
of
shit.
Ash, you like give it
Nah,
AG.
bro. The scariest part about it is you don't need none of that. What
No,
you
I
need
know, I
is
know, I know. I'm just saying, like, you just get vanilla shit.
oh no 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 like
You
just
won't fuck it
summon
up.
raging spirits, melee splash, and feeding frenzy.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
can
you're not
literally
fucking it.
clear like tier 10 maps on a 3 link.
Yeah,
Like
you're not fucking it up. Like, it's a very like resilient fucking skill.
that's a
And
good name for it, yeah.
what's worse about it though is that when you hit a brick wall, you're like, wait, what the fuck? I can't run this map, or I can't do this content. It's not the build's fault. It's probably your fault. As far as like, oh, you're still running a 4 link
Let's
type
be
bullshit.
real. Isn't everything that happens in this game your
No,
fault?
but I meant like it's no, no. I meant like
I'm
I
sorry.
meant more like you haven't realized that you're still running like 260 maps in a 4 link.
Right. I
Like
understand. I
that
was
kind
just
of
fucking
mistakes of
kidding.
like, why can I not do this map? But you look, oh my god, I'm still have a 4 link. Oh Jesus, that's why. Like that kind of ridiculous. Oh, I'm still have a tabula at tier 16 juice maps. Like
I always get
that's how
mad when
resilient the build is. Like you don't notice like you
or you're
pushing
not
so much
using like 4
content.
gem slots
Yeah,
or like, sockets in your shit, and you're just
yeah, you're
like,
just blazing through everything. You're sitting there like, this game is too
why am I
easy.
not
Why
doing
do people
damage?
complain about this game? It's one of those
Oh,
builds. It's one of those builds, and I've always loved it. And but it's one of those pitfalls that you don't want to love something too much and then always like play that. You kind of always want like, let me play something different.
I
So
do like minion builds. They will always have a special place in my heart.
I always love detonate dead builds.
Oops.
That detonate dead, even though they killed it, that always holds a special place in my heart. Because I used to use detonate dead with volatile dead, and with spellslinger and desecrate. So you're always constantly casting dead bodies, and you can explode them, and it just
I'm gonna be real with you.
that chain effect.
Volatile Dead is one of my favorite fucking skills.
I love it. I fucking love it.
It was
Just a
so fucking cool to me that I literally put it onto one of my ward loopers.
it explodes, a red ball comes out, and it chases things. It's just fucking perfect. And if you do fast enough, you have 1,000 balls just chasing everything down. You're
Yeah,
sitting like, oh,
it's like everything just funneling through doors and shit with you.
yeah. It's a very fun skill. They kind of nerfed it a little bit because they nerfed spell slinger in the way it works, and so it's like the refresh of it is weird now. It's not really functional. I'm sure if you spend enough cash, you can make it work some weird way, but not worth it.
I think the that's what's it called. That's how what's the word I'm looking for? Holy shit! The kinetic blast 5-way carries.
Oh, they use spell slinger.
They're wanders.
Wait, what?
They're wanders.
I'm I'm sorry. I don't
They
understand
use
English.
they use wands,
Okay.
which means they're wanders. Yeah, they use the slappy trigger with the wand. Yeah,
Oh, the spell slinger with what? What?
yeah. I don't know if they use spell slinger. I know that they trigger shit with their wands.
Okay. So trigger spell with when attack, then it casts its kinetic
Yeah,
blast.
then it casts like kinetic blast and shit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, they wonders. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I missed a vital word here too. I guess I should. So I've been MIA, right?
Hmm.
These past, I think, a week, since Friday, since my computer broke.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 days.
And so because my computer broke, I've purposely been not trying to push it. And it's always one of those things where it's like, I'm sorry, just pet it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll be nice to you. And just family time here and there. And then I've been trying to play like single player games where I can just like play it and walk away and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, I saw you playing. What was it?
Wait,
Yeah, the other
don't
day.
say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Um, so
Oh yeah. Okay.
so I've been playing the game that you told me to play, which is Spaceborne 2.
I noticed.
right?
How do you like it?
Again, single player. I don't have to worry about no social commitments. I can just play it. Then my son walks in the room, and I'm like, all right, I'm just not gonna play no more. Just gonna sit here and entertain my son. Okay. Here's what I'm saying about this game. I love it, but not for the reasons why you think.
Really? What's
Yeah.
up? Let's hear
All
it.
right. Here's the best way I could describe it. It's like you met a girl, right? And you first look at the girl, you were like, oh, this bitch is ugly. But then you're sitting there, you have a drink or two, and you realize you're having a really good conversation with this girl. You're like, damn, I should enjoy talking to this chick. Cool. And then you go on a second date with her. Then third, and fourth. You're like, yo, I fucking love spending time with this chick. But every time you look at her, you're like, fuck. This bitch is ugly as fuck. Like, everything about her is like, oh, fucking just, as long as you don't look at her for too long.
It's great.
It's great. It's just great. You realize at one point, though, you have to make a decision because you have to make a baby with her and have a family with her. But you're sitting there like, nah, son, I can't do that. I can't do that. And that's what Spaceborne 2 is to me.
Excellent game. Ugly as fuck.
And what's ugly about it is jankiness of it. Oh my fucking
There's so much jank. There's so much jank. Jesus, but you can jank. But the fact is, like, there's so much love in it. There's so much fucking love in that goddamn game, dude.
There's so much good conversation.
It's insane. It's insane how good that game is.
I haven't
trash.
How many hours I have so far in it? I have 30. Wow, only 33 hours? Really? Wow. All the FK I've been doing, I figured it would be more. So I only had 33 hours into it, and I just started mining. I'm like, oh, I never mined before. I mean, what the fuck is mining? I just felt like it was going to be stupid, and I didn't want to be disappointed by the mining because all the other games I've played, as far as like space survival, like their mining is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want to be disappointed with this, but I'm not. I'm like, okay. I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed at all. I'm like, there could have been a lot worse.
It's strangely competent.
It's
not perfect.
It's not perfect. It doesn't get the it doesn't understand they don't do a good job with the space gravity mechanic. I noticed that. And I had to really in my mind be like, you know what? I'm just gonna this is the ugly again. I'm just gonna ignore it. Like, and then but what really surprised me was it's a voxel approach to destroying asteroids.
Mm-hmm.
So when you cut into it with the laser, how it disappears. It was like taking a clean shower. It was just more like, oh, this is beautiful. And I was really surprised by that. I was like, I think I like mining. It's just the way it looks. It just looks awesome. I haven't gotten a mining ship and none of that shit, but
it's everything in that game looks awful. I have to be real, bro. It is. It's so awful. It's sad. It's so awful. I want that game to look the way that it plays.
I
wish it would. The thing is just, it's so hard to get over some of the ugliness of it, but it's just like it keeps
some of the practical stuff, like for example, with the way the enemies spawn.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, really, they only spawn in 2 spots, or they only spawn within a 50 meters around me. And so they always behind me or on my left, where in my blind spots, basically. Like, some of that shit, and then some of like the structures are like, where the fuck do you buy these assets from? What the fuck?
Have you figured out how to have a space crew yet?
I have a full complement of faction.
So now,
like an additional 20.
So do you have your squad? So do you have your squad rolling with you places?
No, I haven't figured it out yet.
Okay, all right.
I'm still like working through some of the quests. I figured that's gonna get unlocked through that quest line.
No, I
No?
would say start figuring out how to do it. It's not going to be like, oh yeah, you should really do this
Yeah,
and
but they're
now.
level 1, so I'm assuming they're gonna die real quick.
You're gonna have to level them up.
Yeah. I'll figure that out.
So you do. So just go to
I've
cheat
been trying to
shit,
figure out how to level up my adventuring.
discovering shit. I think
What is the problem? I can't discover shit. I scan shit. I find it.
you may want to change. You actually might want to check the wiki. I
So
literally went
I've
in.
tried to look for a lookie, can't find it.
Oh, okay.
There's not enough information on this game. It's like this game
Check
is
the
like a
Reddit.
fucking cult ass fucking cult. Like there's no information on this fucking game.
Yeah, it's pretty niche.
But there's a lot of players that play it too.
Yeah, it's pretty niche, but a
Hands
lot of people
down,
do know that
fuck
it's
everyone. Fuck everyone. Right? I'm gonna say that right now. Fuck everyone. Better game than fucking um Starfield.
absolutely 100.
Better fucking game than Starfield. Fuck you, whoever don't agree with me. Fuck you. Better
Yeah,
game.
no, yeah,
Spaceborne 2 is a
100.
better game than Starfield.
It respects your time as a gamer. It really wants you to play it. It's fun, like,
It's janky as fuck. Oh my
but it's
Jesus
so
Christ. But it's fun. It is
so
fun. It's
fun.
like if you just don't look at it. Just don't look at it.
It's like
Don't look at
what's
it.
the new thing that came out? That Battlefield game that put all the new Battlefield games to shame. That's like a
Oh, I didn't know
fucking
about that.
voxel version of
Oh,
Battlefield. Looks like
Battle Bits. Battle Bits.
Battle Bits. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, it's one of those kinds of things where it's like if you can get over the fact that it doesn't really look all that great, and the fact that you'll probably find some like really fucked up animations, you'll probably find like couple.
The,
You're gonna find problems,
the
but
things
God,
the
it's
things
great.
that it's doing, the things that it wants to do are punching so above its weight class.
Yeah,
I mean, like factions destroying, like you're fighting other factions, like you're doing turf wars. Like some of the missions that I've gotten, I'm like, what the fuck? Like I got just one mission to destroy a station. I'm sitting there like, what?
how?
How am I doing this? Like they don't give me no fucking instructions. They're just
Nope.
like destroy a station.
Destroy the station. Figure it out.
Like shit like that was like it's way above its like and again the game doesn't explain shit to you. It's just like, oh, by the way, do this, and then you have to kind of like, okay, try it a few times. I do realize that now I have to create a few. I'm forced myself to load. I mean to save a lot because you can get stuck in some really weird bugs
Yes.
where it's like, why is nothing working? And the only way to solve it is to like back all the way the fuck out and then load the game again. So again, part of this jankiness, like, but fuck, do I want to get like a bigger fucking faction? Like,
It makes you want to play it,
yeah,
and then
in me,
you're
like, yeah,
excited,
yeah,
and you're
in
just
me, I'm
like, yeah,
like,
let's do this.
I just wanna have a bigger army. Like, I want to train
Even
them
and
up.
then think about it, bro. Think about this. It's not even fucking actually voice acted.
Yeah, it's like AI, weird AI,
It's like
voices.
weird. It's so, dude. It's so
It's
cursed janky, bro. But
fucking
it's
janky, yeah.
so good. I like if you guys ever have like one thing that you take from us, like this game is like the weirdest jank best time that you'll ever have.
Yeah, it's way better than Starfield, bro. It's
Way
way
better.
better than Starfield.
It has much more soul than
Yeah,
Star,
it's fucking deep though. Like, but it's janky. Oh
but it's
Jesus, it's
janky.
janky.
And I will let you know now, just to save you a little bit of frustration. Don't push the faction too far.
Oh, I'm gonna get disappointed, huh?
No. You'll hit a part where it's incomplete.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not totally
It's a
bad.
single guy. He's
That's
been
not totally.
releasing content upgrades pretty regularly. He'll get to it eventually, but I just want to let you know. But at the time that I played, the faction like complete storyline was not completely finished, and there were some problems with making like your home base and certain shit.
Oh, so you can't like actual makeup phase. Okay.
Oh no,
Did
no, you
you?
can.
Okay, so I'm not good. I'm not bad. I'm not bad at. I
Yeah.
gotta figure out that carrying people with me because I feel like that's what's stopping me in some of the some of this. What's the max level? I think I've hit it already.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'd have to open it up. Do you want me to open it up?
No, it's fine. It's fine. The because some of the like people I'm fighting,
Mhm.
I can't kill them, and I got mostly like legendary gear on. It's just too many of them. Like it's too
I
fucking
have a
many.
question. I have a question.
But
Have you upgraded the ship itself?
nah,
Not the
I
not the
read on
weapon.
Reddit. Now I read on Reddit that you can tear it up.
Okay.
I don't
Now
know how
that
to
you
do it.
know that,
I don't know how to do it.
do not over tier it. The last tier
It's four.
is worse.
Wait, it's tier 4 is the highest, right?
I think tier 5 is the highest, but tier 5 isn't complete. So if you get tier 5, because there are places you could if you farm enough money, farm enough stuff. Because I did this, like I went all in on being a space pirate, and my ship was awesome. And then I realized going from tier 4 to tier 5, or was it tier 3 to tier 4? I can't remember. But going from the second to the last, my ship got way worse.
Mm.
So like the dudes didn't finish inputting all the stats, which I kind of was really debating, like trying to go and look for it.
I
But then I
haven't
was like,
even. I've got the second ship that they give you,
right.
and I've been riding on that one.
So do yourself a favor. Go there. There is a place where it'll tell you a couple systems, because there are, like, understand the world is static in a way, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There are things, places.
Like the hubs, I've learned that the hubs are the main place to go to look at new
Right.
ships.
So the hubs exist in these like
The
every
main,
system
yeah,
and
the main
every
system,
place.
yeah.
Like, yeah. So every place and every system has different levels of technology. And when I was looking for like the upgrade tiers, I found the last, or one of the stations that you needed to do the final upgrade that people online hadn't figured out yet.
Mm-hmm.
I found it by accident and upgraded the final tier, broke my ship basically. And I still don't know if there's a way to downgrade your ship.
I doubt it.
So you would have to buy a new ship and upgrade it all the way up again. But like there are there's a couple places that you may want to like know exist, so that you can get decent shit for as you get higher level. Because think I think you can go into the levels like upwards of like 40 and 50, bro.
Well, yeah, I know that some of the content I've seen is like level 55.
Yeah,
Like, so I figured that that's the max level. I'm not nowhere near that, but I've noticed that my faction guys are not leveling past level 22. At least maybe because maybe the part of the game that I'm stuck on, or
maybe you're level 22. I don't think they can level
no, no,
past
no.
you.
Okay, that makes sense. That might make sense because I think I'm roughly around level 20 something in my
Okay.
piloting, so it might be that. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
so your pilots can't level higher than your piloting level. So if you
That would
are
make
trying to
sense.
make
That would
like
make sense.
a little crew that goes and flies around and you're only a level 1 pilot, like, a level 5 pilot ain't gonna listen to you.
That would make sense. That makes perfect sense now. Um, yeah, I'm probably gonna ask you a lot more questions privately.
It's a great
It's a
game,
fun
bro.
game. Anyone who's listening to this, if you are either bummed out that you did not play Starfield, you are thinking about Starfield,
And it was
you
trash
and
and
it
you were
was
sad.
and you want that space crack, Spaceborne 2, bro. You're not gonna regret it.
100,
One
150%.
hundred percent.
I
And
sold him on it so hard. I was bothering him so hard until he fucking tried it, and now he loves it. I knew it.
I know it's look. I'm a space game builder survival whatever the fuck fan. The one game I didn't buy is No Man's Sky. I never bought it. I never played it, and it was never something that really called to me. It
Okay.
just never called to me. But I've played. I can have almost a full goddamn catalog of most of the other ones that have ever come out. Um, I have to say, Spaceborne 2 kind of hits the itch on what most of them do good. Like
Yeah.
the dog fighting that we talked about a couple of weeks back,
Excellent.
pretty good.
It gets better as you get used to it.
It gets repetitive, at least at my
Yes.
level, because it's like you're doing the same thing over and over and over. But I think as you get, I've seen pictures and videos of it when it gets crazier.
Yeah,
Like
you
if you get
can.
a capital ship, it gets a little crazier.
I haven't been able to get a capital ship to fly. I've been able to get one on my crew, and when you do like the faction invades, you can have like capital ships that are there helping you. Yeah,
right. The um the drone ships,
Mhm.
pretty cool feature. Makes
Yeah,
sense. I think from the logistics side, just everything it does, it's both janky but fucking cool. Like it's like, oh, it actually works. It looks retarded, but it works. Okay. It's just that's just the thing that you have to get over.
it's incredible how much he's actually thought about and implemented it into the game.
Yeah, it just it works. Like it fucking works. And it's just like, what, this is a $20 game? What the fuck? And that's what you gotta remind yourself. It's a $20 game. And I bought it on sale, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a $20 game. It's like on going into this, understand that you're buying a $20 game. And if you
Yep.
look at it from that point of view, everything looks awesome. It's like, oh my
Yeah,
god, this
it's
is fucking
fantastic.
awesome. If
From
you
that view,
try to
everything's
compare,
perfect.
yeah, if you try to compare it to Starfield, which is a $90 game or a
$90
$70
game
game,
made by a massive company with hundreds of fucking people on development. I don't know if you guys remember from when we did talk about this before, but Spaceborne is made by
like
a
one guy,
guy.
yeah, like he does have a
Does he
few
have some
people.
outsourcing?
Yeah, he does. He does have a few people that kind of like do small things for him here and there.
Okay.
Like,
But generally speaking, like most of this has been just a solo dolo project,
yeah,
and probably no more than what 10, 15 people work on the game total.
yeah,
20
yeah.
buck game. I've put in, I think I put in like 80 hours, and then hit the point in the faction where I was like, oh no, I can't go further.
It's one of those games that I think as they release more stuff, you definitely want to come back. Like, oh shit,
Oh yeah, definitely.
like
Like there's
like
gonna
I'm
be
that
some
way
good
with a lot
content
of my other
releases.
space games. When I get that notification of like new content, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go back to see.
Let's go.
But but yeah, I'm so far. I'm having a blast with it. I'm happy with it. $20 probably best $20 is spent this year, hands
Oh
down.
yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad you like it too. I can't wait for it to
It's
go further,
it's
and it's gonna happen.
ironically, in some ways, it's ironically beautiful.
Yeah,
In other ways, it's kind of
flying
like,
around.
what happened here? What was the decision making here?
I love flying around in that game. That's actually why I became like focused on piloting. It's just like I understand that it's pretty same in a lot of different ways, but the fact that the map
It's big,
when I
yeah,
would, it's huge,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I can't really remember going to too many places and just being like, oh, it's the same exact
That
shit.
is
It's the
one
same
thing
exact.
that I feel
Oh,
my favorite space game, Aurorion, didn't do that great. It didn't capture the vastness of space.
right.
And I think Spaceborne 2 really captured it. Like, you can't just fucking boost your way to somewhere.
No, the funny thing is you can.
It takes a fucking while, though. You're sitting there like,
Yeah,
what the fuck? How far
it'll
is this
take.
fucking thing?
Yes. You have it. It really puts across to you that you are traveling.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I love that. I
yeah.
love that
It
about
really,
that game.
it low key captures it. For, like if you don't, if you fuck around and find out kind of type shit. I'm like, oh, wait, by the way, this is fucking far.
You're
You're
like,
sitting there
oh, that's
like,
only 5 AU away. Let me just fly.
and you're sitting there like fucking half an hour later.
Like, wait, what the fuck? What am I doing? Like,
Yeah. So, other than that, I haven't tried the pirate, but I'm assuming the pirate. The reason I didn't try it is because I figured you couldn't use the Stargates.
yeah. Well, no. You can, but you can't use them in certain systems because, just like you said, there are different factions.
Yeah, so you're enemies with them, and they're like, nah, fuck it, you can't use our shit.
Yeah. So you'll
Yeah,
lock yourself out of a certain area,
and you have to like
and
go
then
manually into them.
and you'll either because you can go manually. It will take you longer to enter and exit the system, and there are escape points to systems. So like it's dude. the game is very interestingly thought out.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways that you
It's
wouldn't
a lot of love in
expect.
there. Yeah, it's a lot of love and soul, like you said. It's a perfect word,
So good.
soul. Like a lot of it in there. Like it gives you a lot of options to like choose your own game style and like, all right, play this, play this, and it kind of just works.
From the last time I played, the only thing I wish there was better, or not necessarily better, but more of, were more ships. I wanted more ships.
Did you cheat and get yourself money?
No.
How hard is it to make money?
If you're a pirate, not that hard.
Okay, that answers my question.
So because like
Did you cheese and like load and
no.
I read one.
I
I
went
read one technique to which I was like, no, I'm not using that. It's like you load in an area where there's a lot of white ships. You kill them all. You reload, and it'll be right back.
No. I basically single-handedly started a very, 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 very long war.
I literally just found out how to take captives.
Oh, nice.
Like I just found like I kept wondering what the fuck those balloons were. And I'm like, I stand next to it, I don't do shit. And I just happened to be perusing the store and I'm like, I read it. I'm like, oh, you have to use this bullshit? Okay. And I'm like, oh, I'm starting catching captives. And ironically, in the same time, I find out how to loot cargo.
Yeah.
I didn't know that every time I kill shit, they have cargo.
Yeah. That's how I ended up making a lot of money. Is I
Fucking
was
dumb. I'm saying
I
they're
flew.
like, I wish the shit was explained.
I know if it had a better tutorial,
It's like I didn't.
but
Yeah.
like I went into a system and I saw what was it? It's like the security or some shit, and it said the guy had sent me a message and he goes, "All right, don't be fucking around in my area." And I was like, "Fuck you!" And I started blowing up all his shit. So I started.
Sounds exactly like you.
Yeah. So I started a solo dolo war and got stuck in like a really like in the middle of his territory kind of system, and just had to like work my way out. So in case you're wondering, no, I did not cheat. I did not do any of that. I just went.
No, I just asking because it's like how
army.
much money you've cultivated so far. Oh, you're a pirate, so I'm sure you can cultivate a lot.
I don't know.
I'm
because I
struggling
was
with like
buying
2
and
mil.
selling. I think from what I remember, I got up to like 27, 28 mil.
Yeah, I'm struggling
And that was
to keep 2 mil. Like I'm real struggling with it. Like
yeah.
I'm trying to. And most ships are like 18 up.
Yeah.
So it's like, but we're probably gonna talk offline. I'm figuring out how to tier up the ship because I think that's what I need to do. Just tier it at least one.
There is a specific system that you can, or well, multiple specific systems that have bigger space stations that actually have a place for you to upgrade, but they're not. They're like specific. They're very specific systems, and specific types of like space stations and shit.
That's fair enough. All right. That's all. Yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last couple of days.
Oh! Have you come across the board cubes?
Fuck you.
God, yes.
Fuck you. God damn it.
Dude, the game is awesome. It's awesome.
I was already in it until you
it's not literally. I don't think it's. I don't think it's literally a board cube. Yeah, I don't think it's literally a board cube.
Even if it looks like a cube, I'll be happy.
It is. It's 100% a cube. It's 100% a cube. It's just I don't think it's like an evil cube. It's just a cube. It's a space cube.
It just fucking spoiled it, man. The fuck, man. Now I'm gonna look everywhere for the fucking cube.
Well, we're gonna have to get you to up tier your ships. We're gonna have to take you to one of them anyway.
God damn it. It's that's all I have to say, man. I just I want to stick it to Starfield because fuck that game.
Yeah,
I feel
straight
like
up
overly pretentious and like it's just fabricated off of fucking just looks, and I feel like it's very dishonest of Bethesda to pull that bullshit out. Kind of feels like Cyberpunk all over again.
Yeah,
and I've heard that Cyberpunk they're trying to clean up their with the new content that it just released, and some people were giving it some decent reviews, but fuck that. Like if I'm spending top dollar for your game, I want top dollar fucking performance. I want top dollar fucking gameplay. It's not it. Fuck that.
Yeah, you didn't go, oh, sorry guys, it's a $60 game, so we didn't really have the development money for it.
Yeah, like nah, man.
No,
Fuck that.
you just straight up to
I,
like $90 and shit,
I'll be
and then deliver
honest.
less.
I'll be honest and say that Spaceborne 2 is a janky fucking game. But guess what? I only spent $20 on it. I understand why it's janky. I understand why it is. And despite its jankiness, it is fucking awesome game. It does things well. It does it
Yeah,
well. Like the
that's what
transition
happens.
from planet to space, the loading
Yep,
screen, you see it, you don't mind it. You're like, I'm cool with this.
that was close enough.
Yeah,
You ever get that quick feeling where it's just like, all right, I
yeah,
understand that you couldn't just straight up do it, but that was close enough.
yeah. That was pretty good. I'm not mad.
Pretty good
I've had
transition,
a few bugs where like the
right?
transition will like put me in the middle of the planet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But again, I've learned that that's part of its jankiness, and I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
before I make this jump, let me let me save, and then see what happens. Like it's a $20 game, and I've learned to understand that and go with it. But for its $20, you getting at least $60 worth of gameplay.
easily, dude. Easily, you're getting $60
You're not
worth.
getting the looks. You're not
No,
getting
no, no.
the
You're not getting
crispness of this,
$60
but
looks,
you're getting gameplay wise. It's fucking deep.
dude. As a matter of fact, yeah. If it were a $50 game, I'd say gameplay alone would justify its price.
Yeah, it would.
Like, wonderful. Well,
Yeah. So
everybody, we appreciate you guys showing up once again. Do me a favor though, hit a button.
a button.
We
only
haven't
said
talked
once
about
this
it.
time.
We only said it once. Here's your second reminder. Hit a button.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm done talking about buttons. I appreciate the buttons that you do press. But you guys all have a fantastic night. Cass, anything to say to the wonderfuls?
Nah, man. Second month of Path. Things are winding down Path. We'll be making some adjustments. We'll probably be slowing down in content because there's not much to talk about when it comes to Path. But we'll try to at least keep up what's
Or maybe we'll keep
working.
up the release schedule and talk about other gaming news.
That's not a bad idea. If you want us to talk about something else, feel free to let us know. Oh, by the way, I have to
Is
give
it
a
a
special
drop?
shout out to Icon Smite. Icon Smite. I can't smite. I
Ah,
think I'm saying it right. I can smite.
yeah.
They replied to one of our polls.
Oh,
Yeah. I can smite.
what was the poll?
Huh?
What was the poll?
I don't even forget. Have you ever used real cash money for progressing in any game?
Okay,
And I Can Smite said, nah, I take pride in earning my in-game items. So I Can Smite, I tip my hat off to you, brother. Or
thank you.
sister. I don't know your gender. But
Thank you for the lovely input. We love getting answers.
yeah, shows us that you're listening and care about what we're talking about. So yeah.
And we know that at least one of you guys is honest. You guys all need to let us know that you're honest.
Credit card bills over there.
Turn that shit into a promo. No,
but yeah, that's about it. So special shout out. I want to just give that positive encouragement.
Awesome. Well, everybody, good night. I hope you get a lot of money, or a lot of divines, or a lot of dumb items, or you know what? I hope you drop an alk.
Drop it out. Rolling the tape.